What's good, family? So today is another sit down and talk with Kia, and we're gonna go over a few topics that I've been meaning to go over with you guys, but I just been putting it off. I've been just doing other things as far as like doing the bush lifestyle, cooking over the fire, and just different things like that. But today I'm just gonna be in the house. It is extremely hot outside today, and I decided to just stay inside and just make this video. I have a few pages of different videos that I want to make, so we're just gonna make these videos today while I got the time and the energy, and I got me some coffee, so I'm full of energy right now. And honestly, you guys, the coffee here in Thailand is extremely strong. Like, I usually can just drown a iced coffee, but with this I cannot do it. It'll have me extremely jittery, extremely just worked up, and I just learned from the other day that I just need to sip it slow and set it down. Ask them to put extra cream in it just to like dilute the coffee taste, because it is extremely rich. It is extremely good coffee. But today's topic is things I wish I knew before moving to Thailand. So, you guys, when I decided to come to Thailand, it was at the spur of the moment. I had just got to Japan. If you guys don't know, I spent the money in Japan, and the first initial day when I got to Japan, it was time for me to check into the hostel. So when I checked into the hostel costed $700 for 1 month. And honestly, you guys, it was just a bit too expensive for me at that moment. I left the country with about $3,000, $3,500 all together, and spending $700 just on living was a bit expensive. So before I paid the $700, I stepped outside. I told the lady, hold on 1 second. I stepped outside and booked the flight straight to Thailand. I didn't have any plans. I didn't have anything set. I just was like, I'm going to stay here for this month, and then I'm going to go straight to Thailand. Okay, so boom. Spent the time in Japan. I had a lovely time in Japan, you guys. I had a really lovely time in Japan. It's a place that I would love to go back to when my financial situations get a little better. But as far as right now, Thailand is where I'm going to be at until the financial situations come together where I can start making income from my YouTube and stuff like that. But things I wish I knew before moving to Thailand. I have a few things written down. Like I said, I came to Thailand on the spur of the moment. I wish that I would have learned some of the language. That is the first thing I have written down, that I wish I would have learned some of the language, you guys, because coming to Thailand, I came very ignorant, not knowing the smallest greeting words as far as hello and goodbye and thank you. I didn't know anything. And honestly, in the beginning, I really wasn't trying to learn any Thai because I just didn't know if I was going to be here. I didn't really know what my situation was going to be, because I just be going with the move. Like, nothing really be planned, nothing really be set in stone. I'm always willing to just flow with life. Whatever life take me, I'm willing to go with it. I put direction down and put good intentions down, and I just let life flow. I don't plan too much, because things are always, your plans will be derailed easily from just the slightest inconvenience. And I'm just learning to just flow with life. Whatever life brings me, I'm going to flow with it. I'm going to adapt to it and just keep it pushing. So the first thing is, I wish I would have learned a few of the greeting words as far as hello, goodbye. I don't know how that made me seem, which I really don't care how it made me seem. A lot of people told me, oh, it's really disrespectful. You need to at least learn some of the language, this and that. And honestly, I felt like, oh man, I should have really learned some of the language. But honestly, you guys, going back to America in November taught me that I shouldn't really worry too much about that, because they have a lot of people living in America dormant and refuse to learn the language. They have people that run businesses in America that don't know a tap of English. And I really feel some type of way about it. Now, spending some time out the country, I realize how disrespectful it is for them to come to our country, open up shop, and refuse to even learn the smallest greeting words. They don't know anything. Like, for example, I went to a Mexican food truck, and for me to have to use a translator in my own country, I was just like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. Not saying that, it's just is impossible, but I'm like, I told the lady on the translator, I'm like, why don't you know any English? She, don't have any reason why she don't know any English. Like, I want to do business with you, but when I realize that you don't know any English, I refuse to do it. I refuse to proceed to give you my money, because you are in my country. Not saying that America is just my country, but it is my country. That is where I'm from. I am an American, and if you're going to conduct business in America, you need to know some English. Not saying you have to just not saying that you have to be able to write it or anything like that, but you should be able to conduct a small conversation based on the things on your menu. I'm telling her, what I want, and she didn't know what I was talking about, and I was just like, let me just leave, because and I asked I was, speaking to myself. I'm like, I was really speaking to my camera. I was like, they don't even know any English here in America. And the guy was like, another Hispanic guy was just telling me that he was like, America's not the only English, and English is not the only language spoken here. And I was like, it's the majority language spoken here. That is the native language. Not saying that is the original language spoken here, but that is the dominant language spoken here in America is English, and I feel like you should know it. Just like when I go to Thailand, they expect me to know at least how to say hello, goodbye, how to be able to speak when I want something off the menu or anything like that. Another thing that I wish I would have knew before coming to Thailand is the discrimination against Americans. And it's not a terrible discrimination, you guys. It's not a terrible discrimination. The discrimination is they expect us to just have it. They expect us to just they expect us to all have money. Not saying that, I don't have any money, because I do have money. I have the amount that I do have. I'm not going to say it's a lot. I'm not going to say it's a little. I don't want to put no title on what I have. I'm appreciative of what I have. But, you guys, I'm an American and I'm not rich. Not rich. Yeah, I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in thought. I'm rich in love. I'm rich in joy. But I'm not rich in finances just yet. And they expect me to have it. They expect Americans to have it. I have been in so many interactions where they ask, where are you from? And I'll say America, and they'll be like, big money. And they love to say, oh, you American economy. Oh, you big money. And they just expect it. And with that being said, the price is gonna go up, because they have this high expectation of that all Americans got a whole lot of money. The price go up. That's one thing that I did notice. Another thing that I also noticed that I wish I would have knew before moving to Thailand is a lot of tourists. Thailand has a lot of tourists. Not saying that it's a good thing, not saying that it's a bad thing. That is just something I noticed, something I wish I would have knew before coming here, because with there being a lot of tourists, the prices are up. Like when I was in Japan, the price is the price. In America, the price is the price. No matter if you're a foreigner, no matter if you're American, the price is the price. Here in Thailand, foreigners get a higher price than the native here. And not saying, like I said, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it's just what it is. And it's just something I wish I would have knew. I would have been a little bit more prepared. I wouldn't have had I wouldn't have been so like caught off guard with it if I would have knew these things before coming to Thailand. Like I said, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it's just things that I wish I personally, my opinion, that I wish I would have knew before coming to Thailand. Okay, another thing that I wish I would have knew before coming to Thailand. Many people come to Thailand for sex and drugs. They have a big sex culture here. They have a really big sex culture here. And like I said, it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just that this is their culture. Their culture is a sex culture. They have a lot of sex work. A lot of people come here for sex, for their sex fantasies, just to meet women, do things that they're not able to do in their own country. As far as like have sex with multiple women, or just have these different fetishes. They come here to satisfy their fetishes, and whatever the case may be, that is something that I did not know about Thailand until I got here. And like I said, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. That's just what I noticed, my opinion. Okay, another thing that I noticed about Thailand. that I wish I knew before I got here is that the rainy season is the best season. Why? Because not many tourists. So if I would have knew that, okay, Kia, you probably should go to Thailand when I honestly, I came to Thailand at the best time. I came to Thailand in August, September, October is the best time to come to Thailand because it is the low season. The prices are low. There isn't many tourists, and everything is just a bit cheaper. I was able to get this tree house that I'm staying in for $150 a month. I was able to pay the rent up for a very long time. Even with just renting a moped, I was renting a moped in low season for $100 a month. Now I'm renting the moped for like $160 a month. And not saying that that's terrible, because in America you're gonna rent whatever for $300, $400, $500 a month. I just noticed, okay, in the low season, things are way different. You don't see as many people. The streets aren't as crowded. Excuse me, guys. The streets aren't as crowded. It's just a different vibe here in the low season, and I really enjoy the low season. I'm glad I was able to experience the low season, because now that I'm experiencing the high season, I can just see the difference. I can see the polarity, and I can see what the low season has to offer, and I can see what the high season has to offer. The high season has to offer more markets. They have a lot more markets. They have a lot more food available. They have a lot more parties. They have a lot more going on in the high season. They have put like lanterns all in the street. It is very beautiful in Thailand during the high season, because they make it very attractive for the amount of people that's going to come. That is another thing that I've noticed. Okay, I already said this. They will upcharge you on products and services. And the low season, they really appreciate your dollar, because they don't have a lot of dollars coming in. The service is extremely different. Even just with how would you say it? Okay, I have my landlord, and then I have the lady who I met to meet my landlord. That lady that's in the middle, during low season, anything that I was concerned about, that lady, she was on it. I could tell her I see a bug, which I never complained about a bug, but this is just an example. I would tell her, okay, I see a bug, and she'll be over here. I'll tell her, even just like with my moped, like when I first got here, she took me to go get a moped. She negotiated the price for me. You know what I mean? She came pick me up from the Airbnb, show me around. She did all these things, show me how to get back and forth. She was just very hands-on, making sure, I was extremely comfortable, texting me every day, making sure I was okay. She was bringing fruit. She was doing all kind of other things. Now that it's the high season, I get back. I was in America for a month. Before I was in America, I was in Pattaya for 3 weeks. So I was gone for almost 2 months. I get back, and I was asking her about the light bill and the Wi-Fi bill. And then when I got back, my key wasn't working to get in the door. Honestly, I feel like I might have grabbed the wrong key before I left. So at this time, I'm telling her, the key isn't working. I'm trying to, at first, all right, so initially, when I first landed back in Thailand, I was texting her. I was like, I'm back in Thailand. You know what I mean? I'm going to be at the apartment around this time. I just didn't know what to come back to. So I was just trying to keep her updated, just letting her know exactly everything that was happening with me in that moment. I just landed. I'm on my way. I'm in Bangkok. I'm about to catch a flight. I'm in Chiang Mai. I'm just letting her know everything I'm about to do. Because before, this is what I would do. Okay, so now that it's high season, I'm telling her my key isn't working. I'm telling her this type of thing, and she was like, you a problem. You a problem. She was like, you a problem, lady. And I was like, how? And she was like, you have too many, you call too much, you have too many problems. And I'm like, I haven't talked to you in almost 2 months, and the first day I get back, I'm keeping you updated. I'm letting you know what's going on, because I just didn't know what to come back to. I didn't know, God forbid, that they let somebody else rent the apartment, which they did not. I realized I left an indicator to let me know if somebody came in the apartment, and that indicator was still at the door. I knew nobody came into the apartment, and I was just thankful for God for that, because I had things in here, nothing of value, but just different things. And she was just like, you problem. And she just rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, lady, I haven't really, because when I first got back to Pi, I had my extra large suitcase, and I could not get that suitcase on a moped. I tried to rent the moped. I could not get the suitcase on a moped. The guy was like, well, you have to rent from somewhere else, because if you try to put I'm not going to let you try to put the suitcase on a moped. So I'm letting her know, I'm like, well, can you come pick me up from the bus stop, because I have no way to get home. All the taxis are full. There's no taxi. I stay 10 minutes away from town from the bus stop, but it's an hour walk. And with the suitcase, the wheels was going to be broke by the time I made it home. And I'm telling her, and she just was like, no, you figure it out. But in the low season, she was so concerned. So that's another thing that I noticed, is the service is completely different in the low season, because they value you a little bit more, because they don't have a lot of tourists flooding their pockets. And even just having discussion with other tourists, the service is just different. Like, I'm not gonna say the service is bad service, but it's a bit different. It's something that I'm not really used to. I'm used to American service. The customers are always right. I'm used to that. Like, if you're an American, you have a concern with something, and you let either the manager know, or you let someone know that's in charge your concern, or even if you got to call customer HR and leave a concern over the phone, you're able to do that. You have a high expectation that something is going to be done based on your request, based on your concern. In Thailand, it's not too much of that. You know what I mean? It's just not that. Not saying that it's a good thing, not saying it's a bad thing. This is just what I'm used to as an American. But those are the few things that I have about things I wish I would have knew before moving to Thailand. It's not really much, because Thailand is a beautiful place. I enjoy it. I enjoy the simplicity. I enjoy the freedom. I enjoy the inexpensive prices. I enjoy just having more of a bang for my buck. I truly do enjoy that. But it's some things I don't enjoy. And it's just, that's just the polarity of life. Honestly, it's just the polarity. It's just how things go. Things aren't always perfect. Things aren't always, rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes it do get dark. Sometimes it do get gloomy. And like I said in the beginning, you just keep flowing with life. You just keep evolving. You keep a process of information, and you just learn how to handle certain things, handle certain people, handle certain places. You just know how to handle yourself in different places, dealing with different people. So I'm going to wrap the video up right there. Those are the few things that I wish I would have knew before moving to Thailand. Like I said, I love Thailand. I love the simplicity. I really love what they have to offer. Right before I started this video, I was on the phone with 3 of my Thai friends. I love them to pieces. They are really cool people, really nice people. They look out for me in the best way they can. And yeah, Thai people are really nice. Like, I really like Thai people. They're really cool. I'm really not a person that would date a Thai person, but because I love American women. I love a woman that looks like me. Not saying that she has to actually look like me, but I like melanated American women, and that's just my preference, and I'm not knocking nobody else's preference. I know a lot of people do come here to date a foreign woman and all of that, and I realized when I got here that that's not what I'm into. And plus, I have a fiance that I've been talking to since I started traveling. But like I said, we're gonna wrap the video up right here. If you haven't already liked, comment, and subscribe, please like, comment, and subscribe. Watch the previous videos. Give me some feedback. Let me know how y'all feel about the sit down and talk. Let me know how y'all feel about the bush lifestyle. Let me know how y'all feel about the daily vlogs. I'm trying to produce different type of content, trying to get feedback. Because like I said, I want to try to get some income coming in before my fiance come. I want things to just be a little bit more stable. The type of lifestyle that I live is only for, I'm not going to say she wouldn't be able to adapt to my lifestyle, because with her being my fiance, she's going to have to adapt to my lifestyle. But just the simple fact of like, I just be living with the wind. I want to have a little bit more foundation before she comes to Thailand, because it's just a little bit more comfortable. It's a little bit more, ahead of the game. I want to stay ahead of the game before she comes. So I have enough time. She's not in no rush to come. I'm not in no rush for her to come. Two of my other friends, content creators, excuse me, two other content creators that I know are moving to Bali, and they invited us to come. So I would love to take my girl to Bali and stuff like that, and just be able to show her around, because she never left the country before, and we both are just stepping into adulthood. So just being able to be an adult out of the country, and then we're engaged. It's a lot of big things that's going on in our lives, and I just want to have a little bit more foundation before she gets here. But like I said, we're wrapping the video up right here. If you haven't already liked, comment, and subscribe, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to leave a donation, leave a donation. It would be appreciated. Yeah, we're gonna wrap the video up right there. Peace out. Oh, follow me on TikTok. I do have another TikTok. The new TikTok is Experiencing the Kid with 2 G's. YouTube, the Instagram is Experiencing Kid. Facebook is Kia Moore. The Cashapp is just locked with 2 D's, LOCKEDD. And if you wanted to send something on Zelle, just direct message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I will give you the Zelle. But we're just gonna wrap it up right there. Excuse me, y'all. The coffee. We're gonna wrap it up right there. If nobody told you they don't love you, know that I love you, know that God loves you, know that Jesus Christ loves you, and we're gonna just leave it right there. Peace out until next time.